there everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and I'm doing your August 2019 general tarot reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that you enjoyed your July 2019 general reading. This is for Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising signs. So it's a general reading for your sign for the month of August. So we're currently in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. Great time to come up with revisions or plans that you hadn't accounted for, to revise and to update, to set something back into motion. We'll be using the Good Tarot for our main spread today, and then a variety of oracle cards for additional messages for you. 5-card spread as always. What does Aries need to know for August 2019? Messages for Aries. Here we go, folks. And if you're a longtime viewer, you know that I'll be looking at the bottom of the deck for general energy. So right off the bat, we're dealing with some really intense air energies, a lot of thoughts, a lot of, as I just mentioned, maybe you're doing some revision, learning some new information, gathering new data, revising something here. And then you've got two really powerful major arcanas. At the bottom of the deck, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater here, Aries, no matter what you've been working on here, even if there is a revision or an update. Coming to terms with new information here, doing some study or investigation here. You know, stay on the track, stay true to what you've been building and in process of here with the Age of Pentacles, sort of touching on each of these cards here in terms of bottom of the deck energy for the month. I wouldn't go ahead and throw everything out at once. You definitely want to try to stay away from a sense of boredom here. If you are feeling bored about something, it might be a nice time for you to do some revision work, particularly around a concept you've been working on here. Let's get this card by itself. And then under that, I just can't stop looking. Under that one is a really nice victory card. So the 6 of Wands, I will leave that there so we can keep glancing at these. I always use bottom of the deck energies and sort of apply it to each of the other cards here, basically as a snapshot from what I'm seeing, everything at once. You know, combat boredom by getting new information, use the resources you have available to you to complete a task or bring something to fruition, and don't be afraid of being the boss or having someone else in your vicinity or having someone that you work with even considering you the boss or putting you in charge of something. This is a really natural placement for you in the month of August, Aries. So really beautiful. I just want to begin as well by stating, and I'll end this way at the end of the video, I promise, that there's this real sense of achievement, of following through with something here. Personal achievement, victory. So really gorgeous energies. Let's see what's going on here in your situation. So this is you being the boss of something. There could be some creative energy here as well. We don't have the Empress necessarily, but we do have some Pentacles, and we do have that Wands energy, which is you know, action, right? So I do think that you are developing something, working towards something. I don't think it's as much as a maintenance as you are developing, sort of creating it here. Just because, like I said, we do have sort of sandwiched in the middle of everything, the Magician. So you're the boss of creating something quite profound here. In your challenge, I think you already know this. I feel like this is something that you might even just need to be reminded of, or maybe just needed some assurance that yes, this is a short-term boredom here. You know, don't get dragged down by any sense of boredom or unfulfillment here. This is our only cups energy for the whole reading. So, and it's very small beans. It's under the 6 on the scale of our minor arcana. So I think it's something easily traversed here in your solution. Like I said, put all of your resources into practice. Bring everything into practice things that you're already good at, right? Things that you already do, maybe the things that you're already in charge of or the boss of. I do feel like this is going to be a confident, comfortable place for you to be in the month of August, Aries. What is hidden? So here we're looking at the Knight of Swords. Now, and in the outcome is the Page of Swords. So a lot of new information is necessary for you. I think the only caveat with these two energies, especially together with both the hidden and the outcome, is to don't let something overtake your mind. Put something into practice. Take new information, put it to practice, see how it works out, get rid of what doesn't. The Knight of Swords has a lot of information for you. And with the Page, it could be someone younger than you who has some information for you. I think another term, particularly around this outcome with the Page of Swords, is someone who's younger than you, someone who has information for you. It could be a younger part of yourself. But just beware here, especially with a little bit of the boredom, just be aware here that you're not, brought down by any negative thinking, any negative thoughts here. You want to take information and use it to your advantage here. You don't want to be pessimistic at this time. No pessimism for you. There's too much gorgeous energy going on here. A victory is at hand for you. Back to the Messenger, or the Knight rather, of Swords. I mean, this could be rushing information that is available to you. So you just need to look, one more time, for example, look in that one extra place. It could be also an indicator to rely on your intellect at this time. These are intellectual energies here. So you could beware not to get bored with something that you're intellectually consumed with, would be another angle to look at this as well. Ultimately, you're coming out on top. Keep moving in the direction that you're moving in. I would say cut any losses here that aren't working for you, because you are in the driver's seat. I want to look at one of these cards for more clarity here. Why do we have the Page of Swords in the outcome? Let's clarify the outcome. What is the Page of Swords talking about as the outcome? All right. Yeah, I mean, here we have, so we're doubling up here, walking away from something that isn't sitting well in your feelings, right? If you feel like you've done everything you could, you've said everything you could, we're also dealing with another 8 here, Aries, okay? 2 8s. These are 8 is a very mature number, right? It's also Scorpio's house number. It's the house of sex, death, and transformation. So you could be coming out the other side of something here and definitively learning something about yourself. Now, forgive me, I didn't even consider that. I didn't even consider that you could be learning something about yourself here, moving forward on an emotional issue for you, past something that just doesn't fulfill your heart space, doesn't fulfill your heart needs right now. And you know this about yourself, and you know this about the situation or the outcome here. So move away from what isn't working for you any longer, particularly intellectually or informationally. This could be someone, as I mentioned earlier, it could be an air sign or someone who is an air sign who is younger than you. And if that's the case, if this is a relational reading, it could be that they're not fulfilling some need of yours here. Ultimately, however, that fell right in the ground. Whether or not it's your energy or someone else's energy, I think you're going to know what to use and what to discard informationally here, or with wisdom or thought processes here, by just simply saying what makes me feel good. What makes you feel good? Because these are 2 energies of, as I said before, the 4 of Cups is a real boredom energy, and the 8 of Cups is, I'm going to move away from this. I deserve better. So I really see you, especially by the end of the month, just, even if there is a loss here, cutting your losses and moving away confidently and victoriously here. So just bear with me 1 minute. I'm going to grab that card. So interesting. As I was shuffling, this fell on the floor. I just paused to pick it up. Here we have the bat. This is actual rebirth. So I'm really glad that I brought up the 2 8s here. There could be something, yeah, you learn something about the process or yourself or your needs, or some information, or even being in a very powerful position. It could be all of those or one of those that, it's leading you to a higher sense of self here, Aries. So really, really positive, beautiful card in the rebirth. I'm going to look up our 2 8s in just a moment. I'm going to see what other cards we get here, if there is another 8. But sometimes there is another message in combinations of numbers as well. So we're going to look that up. Let's get a Healing Angels Oracle card for you. As you know, these are general readings, so if there is something specific that you'd like to learn about, you can always contact me in the email I've listed in the description for this video below, and you can get a private reading. These are just general messages for all Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Yeah, enchantment. I feel so strongly about this, particularly as I pointed out, Magician sits right in the center of everything here. Aries, I just feel like you're coming into your own. There's almost like a level of, it's like now or never, or, you're willing to put in the time and energy. And there's, every time we, go through, particularly with Mercury in retrograde, every time we sift through what is and isn't working, what makes us feel not so great, or what we're willing to walk away from here, because of new information, or because we're willing to investigate something, that's a very positive personality trait, and I think it will leave you a lot freer to enjoy what you are supposed to be enjoying, right? Which leads to enchantment. Enchantment is a really other nice way of saying fantasy, right? You're enchanted by something. You could find the process enchanting, yourself, your lover, a new goal, a hobby. And we have these guys flip out on their own here. We do have the Imagine card. I mean, it's so funny. I was literally just going to say, okay, along with the fantasy, we do have some 12th house energy, which is Piscean energy, right? This sort of fantasy escapism. Again, not a bad thing in and of itself. It's how it's used, right? So yeah, use your imagination wisely, right? You want to use it to your advantage, not against yourself. It's a really mindful month for you. This is the 3rd card that speaks heavily about your thoughts, okay? And about what's going on in your mind. So you really want to take charge of that and make that work for you. And if you need information on how to do that, or to control your thoughts, or to dream big, or Think and Grow Rich, like any number of those things, if there's a study involved, you can almost help yourself toward what books to read, what videos to watch, what lectures to attend, and so forth. I would really maybe get out of your head past the information stage and, intuit where this is going to lead you. Always be led in the month of August, however, when you're using your intuition, by your own self-sufficiency, okay? What feels good for you? And then building blocks, right back with our 8 of Pentacles here. It's a really nice way of saying, look, again, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Some things may need to be revised at this time. Welcome to the human race. Mercury's in retrograde. We're all going through it, but I think that you're going to get rid of something that is just heavy and over and doesn't bring you any joy, and it's just time is up for it, and you can now move on. So, and you've come so far. Things are steady. You've done so well for yourself in a steady way. Right? Our pentacles are the stable energy, the hardworking, stable energy. So don't give up on that. Keep building on that. Keep what you have, keep those foundations, and keep building on that. And then in the Angel Oracle, we have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Now, let's just say this is all a love or romance reading for you. It's just beautiful. Get out of your head. Focus on what's good. Don't reject new information, but use it to your advantage and let go of the rest. Express your love for yourself, your projects, your partners, family members. You know, this could be, I always interchange romance with creativity with this deck. Not everyone's watching as a romantic reading. So this could be, you know, go ahead and make the creative gesture as well. And creativity is found in love and the way that we express ourselves as well. So I am looking very briefly for our 2 8s. There is no indication of 2 8s really having any profound duplicate impact here. And as well with did I see 2 4s? 1, 2. Yeah, and 2 4s, and there's no profound numerological impact there as well. I just really think you can use your imagination to your highest good at this time. Stay positive. You have the power. Don't ever feel like someone has the power over you. You're the boss. Remember that. And move forward in the month of August confidently, Aries. So that is your reading. I super enjoyed reading that for you. If you did like my videos, subscribe to my channel and comment below. I love hearing from you. Until we meet in the next one, take excellent care. Bye for now.